Are you struggling to take your driving range form out onto the golf course? Today we're out here on the golf course with a mid-handicap golfer and we're going to show you how you can lower your scores. So in come mid-handicap Dave, 12 handicap golfer here at his home club of Garforth. Big thanks to them for letting us out here this morning. We're on hole number 10, so if you haven't been watching, the last 3 weeks we've played the front 9 holes. Dave goes onto the back 9, 2 under his handicap, or 2 under par on the score. We have stroke index 3 here today, so opening hole on this video, par 4, 429 yards, stroke index 3. So on the right hand side here for Dave, he's been driving it well this morning. Let's see if he can start the back 9 with one. And that is a nice towering draw there from Dave. A big bounce, a big kick forward up the left hand side of the fairway. Not a bad start, Dave.
Bit towy, but aimed up the right because obviously my shot normally goes a bit left, so
yeah,
should be okay.
Using the tee box, aiming up the right.
Right, I meant.
To help lower your score. So, just missed the fairway, so just a slight overdraw there. It was a great shot there. Took a big bounce left, so in the semi-cut here. And how far have we got, Dave?
223.
223, so what club are you thinking there, Dave?
Well, the only club that could get there would be a 3-wood, but I'm not going to play a 3-wood because it's sat down.
Yeah.
So, I might just go 5-iron, Chris.
5-iron, perfect, and that's a big thing that we see from handicap golfers. How many times do we sit in the clubhouse, look out there, somebody's in the thick rough, but they've got a fairway wood out. Can't get a strike, they either top it or they get it 5 yards forwards. Dave can play with his 5-iron straight at the flag, just get it down there. We know then we've got a pitch shot. But this is stroke index 3, so it's not a hole we're expecting Dave obviously to be parring. So even if it's a 5 to start the back 9, that is a good score. So think about that. Don't beat yourself up on low stroke index holes. Let's just try and get out there if we can par them. Play safe, although Dave there has thrown a spanner in the works.
Oh dear.
Awful
shot.
He certainly went for that one. And
I tried to hit it too hard, Chris.
And it's down there to the left. So, still in the rough, still in the same cut. So, a classic there from Dave. So, started to get a little bit fast, started to try and hit it. The body couldn't turn. And as a result, the club turns over, snags it, no kind of strike. And now we leave ourselves with how far, Dave?
88, Chris.
88. So, not moved it forward as far as he wanted. But the only benefit of him hitting it left here, it leaves us a good angle into the green. So yeah. 88 is what club, Dave?
We're going to go for a pitching wedge at 9 o'clock because I'm not going to get any spin out of the semi-rough. This should carry about
82.
Well, about 80, yeah, and it should roll up then, I think.
Perfect, so carrying about 80, so it's a half swing. So a lot of people from here would straight away get the 56 out, 52, 60, try and send it straight up in the air. And there's a lot of error there, there's a lot of potential for error.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Chris, when I try and hit something like a 56 full, I just seem to lose the swing and it goes anywhere.
Yeah, so for Dave here, we just want him to think, right, I can swing in balance, a 9 o'clock swing, it might land a little bit short and then run up onto the green. So here we go. So landing just short, exactly like Dave said.
A bit long maybe.
And it's ran a little bit past. But that's a great shot there from Dave. So did exactly what he wanted, landed short, it's on the green. Again, let's just take our medicine, try and 2-putt, get out of here with a net par and get on to the 11th hole. So Dave's gone to around about 20 feet here, so maybe just over 25 feet. So what we're thinking here, it's all about pace. Let's try and make this as easy as possible to get out of here with a 5. Dave's going to give that a read and then putt out. So Dave's going to go through his routine here. Starts to get the green read first of all, and then the next thing is pace. So Dave, where's it feeling? Is it going to get a bit of movement?
It feels straight, which surprises me because I always thought that went right.
So you're going to go with a straight putt?
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. So Dave's not going to double guess it, we're going to be able to then get feedback. So one big thing we see from mid-handicap golfers, even low handicap golfers, is double guessing your reads. You go from behind, you go from the other side, it was left to right one way, right to left the other, so you go straight, you don't really get any feedback and you don't commit to the putt. So Dave's lined this up straight, he's going to give this a go, and then from there we can break down why maybe he has missed the putt. But we know from this hole the mistake is trying to give that 5-iron a little bit too much, and that's left him in this position. So he's lined it up. Oh, so he lined it up just outside the left there, and it had a great chance, but leaked out. But Dave, you know, he's given it a good go, but that's probably what, I won't say that's what you deserved.
No, it wasn't. What the fact, I tried too hard with that 5-iron, so it is what I deserve. You get what you deserve at golf.
Yeah, but you gave it a good roll, you trusted that read, it had every chance. Tour average from there is probably 1 in 5. So for a mid-handicap golfer, probably 1 in 10, 1 in 15. So unlikely to hole it, but we've got out there with a net par. Hole 11 here at Garforth is a 354-yard hole. Stroke index 13, so no shot for Dave, but we can see on there that there is a ditch down there. So does that change Dave's play? Can you reach the ditch, Dave?
Sometimes, yeah, but I've got a really good one. Normally the whites are a bit further back on this hole.
Okay, yeah, whites are normally back there. So
330 really from here.
Yep, so you've got to think there, Dave, this could potentially be a 3-wood then, because yes, if this is a competition and the tees have been put forward, your driver, even, we go on you hitting a good one.
Is that you saying, Dave, it's not a driver, it's definitely a 3-wood?
It's definitely a 3-wood, because although we don't go on Dave hitting it out of the centre, if he does, that is in trouble. And a 3-wood's still going to get him long enough down there to be able to get on this green and give himself a good chance. We don't want to make a hole where you don't get a shot harder than it should be. If we get a driver and we get stuck in some trouble, it's not ideal at all.
I'll go 3-wood, Chris.
Perfect, great decision, Dave. How did you get to that decision?
Yeah, weighed up everything and then did what you said, really.
Exactly, right. So, Dave normally hits a draw with this as well, so he's going to...
No, I don't. It normally fades.
So Dave doesn't normally hit a draw with this, it normally fades. So Dave's going to favour the right side of the tee box here. He's going to aim just left of the flag that we can see in the distance. And just play a normal
I don't know
shot.
why this normally fades and rest at clubs draw, but you know. Maybe it just thinks different.
It's got a mind of its own, this 3-wood, Dave. It's nothing to do with you, as always.
No, it can't be me. But if you hit that far behind it, it don't really matter.
Right,
it's all right though. Safe.
So, David, not the best strike there.
No, but I got away with it, Chris.
Yeah, got away with it. Is straight down the middle, so a missed drive, but still inside 150. So, like we said with Dave's driver, we're not maybe expecting a centred strike, but that hasn't put him in trouble. It's
you see, maybe I should have hit driver, Chris.
So it's worked well. It's crept past the 150 here. So
good bad one, Chris. A good bad one.
It's a very, very good bad one, but you can see what we mean there. Obviously down there is a ditch, and the driver, if it was struck well, it all feeds down to there. So how far have we got, Dave?
152 to the flag.
152 to the flag. What's to the back of the green? What's that mound at the back?
160.
Right, we're going to play a 160 number, Dave, and I want you to hit your 5-iron. So we're going to start to show you here how playing the back edge number might get Dave a little bit closer to the flag. Again, here this green slopes back to front, so we want it to be running up there to get to the back of the green. So Dave can go straight at it here. Just started left, fading back. That's just missed the bunker, but it's back of the green. So obviously it's just missed the green, it's just past that bunker, which means it's pin high. So the first time today, we've got Dave pin high. We're only on the 11th. So sat up nicely, just bounced over this bunker. We're actually past pin high, so again, the right club there for Dave, because if it landed on the green, the slope would have taken a little bit out of it. But now we've got plenty of green to work with, but we've got to get up and over this hump first of all. So 56, Dave?
Yeah, the problem is if you can't really be too aggressive with it, because if you go past the pin, it rolls all the way to the bottom of the green.
Run down into the abyss. So we can go.
Not that
56.
I'm trying to be negative or out, you understand?
No, never, Dave. Never like any everyday golfer's ever been negative over this chip shot. So 56, we're still going to go back in Dave's stance because it'll still have enough loft, but we still want to get it going forward. We want to land it on the green, probably at least a yard or two on, and then let it run up. So you might say, why doesn't Dave go with a pitching wedge? It could come out a little bit fiery, might land a little bit too short, and that brings in the trouble that is behind me now, which is the slope, which will run him to around about 30-40 feet. So no shot on here. So just landed a little bit short. Not bad contact, just need a little bit more swing. We can see that landed on the fringe. We need another a yard or yard and a half to get that.
I was
ball.
worried about it going too far, Chris.
Because of the negative
I've been down on that bottom level, having hit a chip from there on many an occasion.
The negative thoughts got to Dave. 8 feet, Dave. Where have you got this? Much movement?
Not much at all, but I'm kind of thinking it's going to go slightly from the left, so I'm going to go left lip.
Left lip. Okay, perfect. So let's get that lined up. Nice and lined up now. So comment below, do you line your ball up? Again, for feedback, it's a massive thing to be able to see if you're starting the ball online. Even if you just do it in practice, you can really start to learn a lot about your stroke. See there, Dave.
That was just a push.
That was a push. It started right, never started online, but it's out there with a bogey. We go back to 1 under par as we move on to a fantastic par 3 here at Garforth. 152 yards to the flag here, but David's bushed on the back. It was 160. So
Millicid, Chris, Millicid.
Oh, sorry, Millicid, rangefinder. He's going to hit that 160 number, so very similar to the shot on the last, Dave. So what have you gone for?
I've gone for the same club, Chris, 5-iron.
Same shot, 5-iron. So again, as we know from par 3s, always protected by bunkers. This is not the longest of par 3s, but Dave's going to come over to the left-hand side here so he can aim more through the gap in between the bunkers that we can see there. Best place to be here is a little bit long because there is a bank protecting it, so obviously it will slow it down, it will hold it on the back of the green, whereas if we're in the bunkers at the moment, it'd be a relatively long bunker shot. So 5-iron here on this par 3, 1 under par. Par 5 next, and then it's a very tough finishing few holes here. So coming weeks you will see the final 6 holes here on the channel. See what Dave can do in the summer. So a little bit thin, but because we've gone the right club there, that's actually just carried over the bunker.
Got away with it again.
And it'll be chasing up there. We can't see it, we're behind the bunker, but it's done a job. So just past, so again 2 shots where we've gone for the back number and Dave's got it past pin high, so lucky to just get over that bunker, but it's kicked it forwards, and obviously this backstop has held it there. So on the fringe we can putt this. Putt from here, we don't need to chip. If it was up in this thicker stuff, we might look at obviously getting a hybrid and bumping it down there, but we're on the fringe. No shots here for Dave, so got to 2 putt. We're inside 30 feet, so again tour average would be 33 feet. You'd be expecting 2-3 putt more than you would 2 putt. So Dave's getting his aim point green reading now. So have we got this a little bit left to right, Dave?
A lot.
A lot left to right.
I think it's about a 3.
So Dave's giving that. So how far about 2 or 3 feet?
Yeah, you see, oof.
Sprinting
It's
on
a dark
greens.
patch here.
Yep.
It's around about there.
So probably a good 4 feet outside the hole from
I think,
Dave.
anyway.
So let's see if Dave's read is right. Let's see if he knows his stuff. So a very good read there from Dave. So not bad at all. Big moving putt, more so off the start, but that's left Dave a relatively short putt for a par. So we're moving on to the back 6 holes in the coming weeks. So what do you need to do on your final 6 holes? There's a few things that we see from mid-handicap golfers that make them crash and burn on those back 6 holes. You might have a good round going to now. We know that Dave is 1 under par. We see too many people from here end up 4 or 5 shots over the handicap. But why is that?
You tend to tire, Chris, I find. You know, even if you're on a good round, you just start, maybe, not panic's the wrong word maybe, but just start thinking negatively and you try and protect your score a little bit.
Try to start guiding it. So
yeah.
We'll see how Dave performs on the last 6 holes here at Garforth.